She replaced you. Try this and she'll regret it instantly. Dark Stoic psychology. Modern Stoic? Love is not about possession, it's about appreciation. Osho. She replaced you. Just like that. One moment, you were the first person on her mind, her constant companion through life's ups and downs. You were her rock, her confidant. But now, you're a distant memory, barely a footnote in her new life. She's moved on, without a glance back, leaving you wondering where you went wrong. It stings, doesn't it? The rejection feels like a deep wound, a sudden jolt that shakes your confidence. You find yourself questioning everything. Why wasn't I enough? What did I miss? The pain is overwhelming, but here's the truth. This is not where your story ends. You have a choice. You can stay stuck in this pain, constantly replaying the past, hoping she'll return. Or you can make the conscious decision to rise above it. This is your turning point, your opportunity to transform into someone she'll regret letting go. Here's the key. This isn't about her. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about embracing your worth and becoming someone unrecognizable to her. Someone she can't ignore. A version of yourself so strong, so focused, and so emotionally unshakable that you radiate confidence without lifting a finger. This is where Stoic principles come in, mastering your emotions, controlling your responses, and reclaiming your life. It's not about seeking revenge. It's about becoming someone who no longer seeks validation from anyone, especially from someone who didn't recognize your value. This journey will forge you into a person who commands respect without uttering a word. By the end of this process, you will have the tools to rise from the ashes and leave her questioning every decision she makes. The regret will be inevitable, but more importantly, you will have created a life that is truly your own. So, are you ready? This is your moment. Number 1. Master the art of silence. Mastering the art of silence is an invaluable and often underestimated strategy, not just in relationships, but in life itself. When it comes to making her regret losing you, silence is the key that can flip the power dynamic in your favor, but only if you wield it intentionally and strategically. You see, silence isn't merely about withholding words. It's about creating a shift in the emotional and psychological space between you two. Right now, she might expect noise, arguments, defenses, explanations, or you trying to win her back. It's a common reaction for many to fill the silence with words, believing that explaining their side will somehow fix the situation, hoping that the other person will see their value through their words. But here's the reality. The more you speak, the less she listens. The more predictable and desperate you appear, the less valuable you seem. In contrast, silence is unpredictable, mysterious, and magnetic. It creates an emotional void that people, including her, are instinctively uncomfortable with. Silence gives her the space to reflect on the loss, to feel your absence, and to wonder about your thoughts and intentions, questions that can be far more powerful than anything you could express verbally. When you choose silence, you create room for the mind to wander. Unanswered questions begin to haunt her, and the uncertainty grows. She may start wondering, why isn't he reaching out? Has he moved on? Is he better off without me? And the longer you remain silent, the more she'll become consumed by these thoughts. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. Silence, then, is a form of emotional mastery. It demonstrates that you don't need to explain your worth to anyone because your value speaks for itself. This type of confidence, rooted in emotional self-control, becomes magnetic. It shifts the power dynamic in your favor and disrupts her expectations. But silence is not just about ignoring her. It's about being intentional with your words when you do speak. Silence doesn't mean playing petty games or being passive-aggressive. It's about reclaiming your emotional space and choosing to focus on your own growth. In the realm of dark psychology, this form of silence is a psychological disruptor. It unsettles her and creates a sense of uncertainty, all of which disrupts the power structure in the relationship. When the time comes to re-engage, Should you choose to, you'll do so from a place of strength and clarity, not desperation or weakness. However, mastering silence requires discipline. It's difficult to resist the urge to seek closure, to explain yourself, or to reach out. Yet, every time you break your silence, you hand the power back to her. Instead, play the long game and let the power of silence work for you. What do you think about using silence as a tool to regain control in relationships? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 2, withdraw completely. Once you've come to terms with the truth of why she replaced you, it's time to take decisive action. This next step is one that many struggle with, as it goes against the natural urge to fight for what you've lost. It's uncomfortable, but make no mistake, it's one of the most effective moves you can make. The key here is withdrawal. Yes, you need to disappear completely from her life. No more texts, no more calls, no social media interactions, nothing. This silence, this complete absence, will communicate more than any words or desperate attempts could ever achieve. You see, right now, she's expecting you to chase after her. She anticipates that you'll beg, that you'll make grand gestures to prove your worth, to win her back. And each time you reach out, each time you show her that you're still thinking about her, you're silently confirming in her mind that you still desire her approval, that she still holds power over you. It's a harsh truth, but this is what many fail to understand. When you constantly chase someone, you elevate their sense of superiority. But by withdrawing, by cutting all ties and leaving her to face the emptiness left behind, you break the cycle. You create a void, and that void is more impactful than any words you could speak. Human nature dictates that we often don't fully appreciate what we have until it's gone. Your absence, your silence, will ring louder in her mind than any argument, any emotional plea, or even any grand gesture could. It forces her to question what she's lost, and more importantly, to feel the sting of regret. This is not a game or manipulation. It's the simple truth of human behavior, something that transcends time and circumstance. From a Stoic standpoint, this action is about regaining control, not over her, but over yourself. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you withdraw, you stop reacting to her actions. No longer will her decisions dictate how you feel or what you do. Instead, you're reclaiming your power. You show not just her, but also yourself, that your sense of worth and validation comes from within, not from her or anyone else. It's an empowering moment. It's a declaration that you are in control of your emotions, your life, and your destiny. In doing this, you make it clear that you are not her puppet, waiting for her approval or for her to decide your worth. You stand firm, independent, and self-sufficient, qualities that are inherently attractive and ones that will make her regret her decision. This isn't about playing games, but rather about demonstrating the strength of character and emotional resilience that modern Stoic philosophy champions. When you control your emotions, and when you let go of the need for her validation, you take back control of your life. It's a move that may be hard, but it's one that will leave her thinking, questioning, and ultimately regretting the decision to replace you. This, my friend, is the power of withdrawing, leaving behind a space that speaks volumes more than any words could ever hope to. Number 3. The glow-up effect. The glow-up effect. The moment she replaced you, that's when the real transformation begins. Not for her, but for you. You've withdrawn, created that void, and now it's time to seize the opportunity and fully invest in your growth. This is the glow-up effect, a process of self-elevation that makes you undeniable. It's not just about making her regret her decision, though she will, but about reminding yourself of the powerful person you are. As you transform, you become someone irreplaceable, someone who's impossible to forget, and nothing will haunt her more than realizing she lost the best version of you. What does a glow-up truly entail? It's about leveling up in every aspect of your life, your body, your mind, your social circles, and your goals. First, let's talk about your physical appearance. This isn't vanity, it's confidence. Hit the gym, upgrade your wardrobe, groom yourself like you have a purpose because you do. When you look good, you feel good. And believe me, the world notices. When she hears about your transformation through mutual friends or sees the new you in photos, it will hit her. You're not the person she walked away from. You're better. You've stepped up in ways she never imagined. But your glow-up isn't only about your body. It's about your mind. Start reading. Take courses. Learn new skills. Stoicism teaches us that self-mastery begins within. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." What are you feeding your mind? Replace negativity with empowerment. Feed your intellect. Challenge yourself. And watch how much more confident and magnetic you become. An intelligent, driven man is more attractive than you might realize. As you evolve mentally, you become the person everyone admires, but especially her, the one who thought she could walk away from you. In life, you can't afford to stand still. Growth is power. Never allow yourself to regress. As you enhance yourself physically, intellectually, and emotionally, you'll not only earn back her respect, but you'll also command the respect of everyone around you. And the best part? You'll no longer be seeking validation from anyone, especially her. You'll be in control. In this moment, as you develop into the most refined version of yourself, the world will start to notice. And that's when the real psychological shift happens. She'll realize, with a rush of regret, that she let go of a man who is truly beyond her reach. So ask yourself, are you ready to level up? Because the glow-up effect is more than just physical. It's the act of taking control and mastering your destiny. Focus on yourself. Step into your greatness. Let the world see the power of the person you are becoming. The more you rise, the more others, including her, will regret not seeing your potential earlier. She'll realize, all too late, that she replaced the man who was destined to be everything she ever needed. The truth is, when you transform, you make her regret instantly. If you found this valuable, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit from this wisdom. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on mastering your life through Stoic principles. Comment to remember, I am the best version of myself. This affirmation will help you focus on your growth and the power of transformation, making you irresistible to anyone who once doubted you. Let the world witness your glow-up. Number 4. Understanding why she replaced you. Why did she replace you? Let's face it, that question has likely been haunting you, running through your mind relentlessly, keeping you up at night. It's easy to blame her for being shallow or uncaring, to point fingers and say she never truly valued you. But here's the reality you need to confront. This isn't just about her, it's about you. The reason why she replaced you goes beyond her actions and deep into the dynamics of your relationship. To break free from the situation and grow, you need to understand the factors that led to this moment, and that begins with you. The hard truth is this: she replaced you because, on some level, she believed she could. People only replace things they think are replaceable, and unfortunately, somewhere along the way, you may have unknowingly given her the impression that you'd always be there, no matter what. Perhaps you became too predictable, always available, or too eager to please. Maybe you stopped challenging her, ceased being the intriguing, complex person you once were. In some cases, it's as simple as this. You stopped prioritizing yourself. You lost focus on your own growth, your own value, and, most importantly, your own self-worth. Now, I'm not saying you were weak or unworthy, nor does it imply you didn't love her enough or try hard enough. What I'm saying is that the balance of the relationship shifted somewhere along the way. She stopped seeing you as a mystery to be explored, as someone who added undeniable value to her life. And when that happens, whether we like it or not, people begin searching for something else, someone else. It's a fundamental part of human nature, the need for novelty, challenge, and respect. But here's the empowering part of this realization. You can turn this around, and you can do it today. It's time to take the reins of your own life back, to stop being the man who was taken for granted and become the man who is desired, respected, and valued. The key here is to make yourself irreplaceable, not through desperation, not through bending over backwards for her, but by first and foremost making sure you are a person of self-worth, with boundaries that protect your dignity and your sense of self. As the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is where the power lies, in how you respond, not in the events themselves. When you reclaim your personal power, not only do you regain control over your life, but you also regain your self-respect. Don't become a shadow of yourself in the hope of getting her back. Instead, evolve into the best version of yourself, the kind of man who commands respect and admiration, regardless of whether she's in your life or not. Remember, when you stop being afraid of losing someone, you become the person others are afraid to lose. Don't let the fear of rejection or abandonment dictate your actions. Instead, embrace the power of Stoicism. Remain calm, resilient, and, most importantly, true to yourself. The Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By focusing on self-improvement, rediscovering your passions, and rebuilding your self-worth, you'll be positioning yourself as a man who will never again be taken for granted. She may have replaced you, but that's her loss. Now, it's your turn to become someone no one can ever replace, someone who doesn't need validation from anyone but themselves. So, take a moment to reflect. What do you think went wrong? What lessons can you learn from this? I want to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going, because your journey to becoming irreplaceable starts now. Number 5. The philosophy of indifference. Now that you've mastered the art of silence, it's time to move on to one of the most powerful principles of Stoicism, the philosophy of indifference. This is where you stop letting external events dictate your emotional state and instead take full command of your inner world. Because the reality is this: her opinions, her actions, her decisions, none of them define you. Once you truly internalize this, you become untouchable, unshakable, a force that cannot be controlled or manipulated by anyone. Let me show you how this works in practice. Right now, she probably expects you to care, to obsess, to agonize over her choices. And let's face it, part of you might still feel that pull, the need for closure, for answers, for validation. But here's where Stoic wisdom comes in. Indifference is power. When you stop attaching your happiness, your self-worth, and your identity to external circumstances, you liberate yourself. As Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Indifference isn't about being cold or indifferent to everything. It's about choosing where to direct your energy. And here's the truth. Her opinions, her choices, they're just not worth your energy. But why is indifference so powerful? It's because it disrupts expectations. People expect you to react, to care, to defend yourself, to explain your actions. When you don't, it changes the game. Suddenly, you're no longer predictable, no longer someone she can manipulate or read. Your indifference speaks volumes. It sends a message without saying a word. I've moved on. I'm fine with or without you. This is a form of psychological dominance. It forces her to question her own decisions and wonder if she underestimated you. From the perspective of dark psychology, indifference is a powerful form of control. It communicates one thing clearly. I don't need you to validate me. I don't need your approval. I am complete on my own. This type of energy is magnetic. It's the energy of someone who knows their worth, someone who doesn't chase, someone who doesn't dwell on what's already in the past. When she realizes that her actions no longer affect you, it will hit her harder than any words could. It's the kind of realization that forces her to confront her own choices and possibly regret them deeply. This is why embracing indifference can change everything, because when you stop seeking validation, You position yourself as someone whose value cannot be swayed by anyone's approval or disapproval. Number 6. Mindset shift. Focus on being unstoppable. You've already mastered the art of silence, embraced the power of indifference, and harnessed the influence of social proof. But now, the time has come to take the final and most crucial step in your transformation, shifting your mindset to become unstoppable. This isn't just about moving on from her. It's about crafting a life so exceptional, so solid, so unshakable that no one and nothing, including her, can hinder your progress. In this new phase, your life becomes the proof of your growth. The regret she will feel isn't a product of your pursuit. It is the natural consequence of your evolution. As you build a life of purpose and strength, she'll look back and see what she's lost. But that won't matter to you. You'll be too busy living a life of abundance, control, and power. He who is not a master of himself is a slave to everyone else. When you start living in this way, undeterred and resolute, the world will bend to your will. So don't just move forward. Become something she can never forget, something that makes her wish she could be part of your life again. The key here is not vengeance. It's living with purpose and forging a future that she can only look at with regret. Remember, your growth is your greatest weapon, and it's unstoppable. Focus on it. Live it. Become it. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful lesson on modern Stoic wisdom. And before you go, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below with your feedback or anything you'd like to discuss about today's topic. Stay confident, stay calm, and remember, you hold the power in every situation. Keep applying these Stoic principles, and she'll never forget the man you've become. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and remember, you're the one who dictates the terms.